Hello, and welcome to the Live Past Crazy Show. Your host is Yanmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with her? Yanmitra appreciates you taking the time out to listen to the podcast, and it is her sincere hope that what we share is something that you can use to help you and someone you know live past crazy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Had to grab a glass of water. Good morning. Welcome. Hope you guys are ready to get this morning started. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yanmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Good morning, TT. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. We are about 400 videos strong, soon to be 6 because I'm almost finished loading the rest of them. So hold fast. They don't do that. Don't forget we have a podcast on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, everywhere podcasts are found. And if they don't do that, we have 7 books and they're free to catch them all on Amazon, except for the affirmations book. And they can send me a message and I will gladly share it with you. I'll share it in just a minute. If they don't do that, don't forget we got a whole movie with Mr. Tommy Ford. It's fun to see your name rolling in the credits. You can catch that. You can buy you a copy of that, or you can catch it on Aspire TV. And if they don't do any of that, tell them I said good morning and how do you do? I'd like to introduce myself to you. I don't know why I feel like singing this morning. It's going to be a good day. So, let's get right into the thought. Yesterday, on Monday, y'all, Monday was still an amazing show. Good morning, Miss Lowe. Monday we talked about wishing on a star and how that can get you, wishing for other people get you stuck. Like, and then yesterday we talked about the anxiety of winning and what that looks like. Because there comes, you get anxiety with winning right there before you about to change and do the thing. You have all this anxiety, like, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the next right step? Is this right? Did the sun and the moon, boo, it's all right. So we talked about the anxiety of winning. Today we talking about, but why you mad though? Let's get right into the quote of the day. Remember, you are not an ordinary dreamer. You are a sacred sister, and you dream with a purpose for the greater good. Remember, you are not an ordinary dreamer. You are a sacred sister, and you dream with a purpose for a greater good. The second quote is, success is the sum of all efforts repeated day in and day out, and that is by Robert Collier. Good morning, Carrie. How you doing this morning? Yeah, my nose is itching this morning. Good morning. So those are your 2 quotes. Remember, you're not an ordinary dreamer. You are a sacred sister, and dream with a purpose of the greater good. And that is in my book, not my book, but it's in a book, The Awakened Woman. The second quote, success is the sum of all efforts, repeated day in and day out. And that is by Robert Collier. There you go. So those are your quotes of the day. So let's get into talking about why we mad. Why we mad though? What are we mad about? I'm doing amazing. Thank you, Miss. Thank you for asking, Carrie. I'm doing great. We got belly shirts on early this morning. I want y'all to know 9 times out of 10, every morning I have on a belly shirt. Every day I leave my house, I have on a belly shirt. I call them belly shirts. Y'all may cut them cut-off shirts. Y'all get all the belly. It doesn't matter if it's cold. I'll wear a coat. And I just thought I'd share it. I thought that'd be a fun fact today. Because I thought as I was stretching, I was like, oh, this is a belly shirt. Let me put my arms down. Live your whole best life, y'all. Please. All right, so let's get right into the thought of the day. Why you mad? Okay. So I got a couple of reasons, and then I got some questions. Okay. So we are big mad because we are not going with the flow of our own creation. We're not going with the natural flow of our own creation. So it is making us dissatisfied, grumpy, angry, discouraged, overwhelmed, and depressed. It is making you all of those things, and you don't quite understand why you have all of these feelings, or you're feeling all of these things. Is because you're going against the natural creation or the flow of you. Carrie, don't laugh at me. So as you are going against the natural flow and creation of yourself, you get agitated and angry and frustrated because things may not be going the way you want to, and you get mad. And you find yourself getting mad at people. And again, we will always do confessions and conversations with JoJo. I'll always use myself as an example. We get mad at everybody who is doing something different than us, better than us, in a different way, and they're the same as us. And you feel like you can't catch a break, and you get mad. But the question becomes, are you going with the flow of what you're created to do? Meaning, are you working and operating in who you really are, or have you boxed yourself in to fit a certain thing? So now you're angry, discouraged, overwhelmed, depressed, sad, having anxiety attacks. Is it because you were, and this is a question I had to ask myself, is it because I'm not going with the flow of the creation of who I am? Is that the reason why I'm big mad? Is that the reason? So here's some more questions. Why is, and this will help get to the bottom of why we mad. And we need a theme song for the day, and I'm trying to think of one. If somebody can think of one, let me know. So here's some questions that we have to ask ourselves to understand why we mad in the first place, right? Why is this journey important? Why is any of this important? What does any of this matter? Like, JoJo, you get up and you come on and you do the Fearless Morning Show. I was a little late this morning because I had to see the girls off for school. But why do you wake up and do the Fearless Morning Show every morning? Why is this important to you? Why is this journey important? I have to answer that question for myself. So ask yourself, as you go throughout your day and your journey, why is this important to you? Why is it not? Why do you do what you do? Have we ever stopped to think about that? Like, this is life. Good morning, Joshua. Like, why are we doing what we do? Why are you on this journey? Why is any of this important to you? Why does it even matter? Why does it even matter that you watch the Fearless Morning Show? What do you get from it? Are you applying it? Why did you buy the Team Abundance shirt? Why is this important to you? Why is your journey important to you? That will help you figure out why you're mad. And I think one of the reasons why you're mad is you stop believing in your greatness. You stop believing in your greatness. You stop trying to understand that that your life legacy is important to others, and you just assume that it's important to yourself, so you just stopped. Because you assume life stops and starts with you. Yes, this is a journey that you walk alone. But you are walking this journey and setting it up for those who are behind you, right? So if I'm focused on, I've got to win this because we're Team Abundance and I'm about to win this championship. One of the things of being a champion and being a leader is that now that I have done and figured this thing out, I now set other people up in which they can succeed as well. Thank you, Joshua. Oh, A to the man. I'm so glad. See, I told you it was going to work out. I told you you did the hard part already. So why is all of this important? Did you stop believing in your greatness? Did you stop understanding, or have you never understood the importance of your life and your legacy, right? Are you just assuming that it's just me and I'm doing it for me? And so because you don't value yourself, you don't value the journey that you're on, and you don't value the things that you do every day. And so it's just spitting in the wind, as my grandpa say. You just spitting in the wind, and whatever it hits is what you go with. Could that be the reason why you're mad? Did you let yourself down? Are you frustrated? Are you angry and frustrated with yourself? Are you angry and frustrated with yourself enough to say, all right, let me figure out, because JoJo getting on my nerves asking me these questions, because she always got a blame question. She always want to ask somebody something. Because you think about it, JoJo, don't mean we won't think about it. I understand. You ain't got to. But I'm just saying, if I'm learning, I feel like I know it is my responsibility now to share what I've thought about, what I've learned, so that maybe your learning curve can be shorter than mine. I don't want you to go through what I went through. I don't want you to go through years. So if I can say, let's cut down the road right here and get here faster, this is what we about to do. And if I can give you the tools in which to do that, then all the better for you. So why are you mad? Is it because you're not going with the flow of your creation? Are you feeling overwhelmed, depressed, sad, anxiety, discouraged? And are you feeling all of those things because you ain't figured life out yet? Like, could you be 45 and just be figuring out life? Could you be 40 and just be figuring it out? Could you be 70 and just figuring it out? I read something. I heard something. Do y'all know who Lewis Howes is? Lewis Howes, he has the School of Greatness, and it is a podcast, and he's on YouTube. You can watch his podcast on YouTube as well. Come on, Carrie. We cutting down the road, honey. We cutting through the road. And Lewis Howes was on there, and this lady was asking, he was telling this lady that, and I forget what religion, church, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, his father didn't allow him to celebrate birthdays. And it wasn't because it was a religious thing. He said, because I don't want you to be focused on your age. Because when you are focused on your age, then you start to put limitations on what you can do because of a number. So he said his dad wouldn't let him have a birthday cake. When he's like, I just want to celebrate my 13th birthday. He said, but the number doesn't matter. Your dreams and your goals matter. And the moment you start focusing on your age is the moment you start limiting yourself, because the world has says, because you're this age, you cannot do this. Because of this age, you should be doing that. When if you have no age, then you become limitless with the things that you can think, be, and do. It was an amazing interview. Go watch it, Lewis Howes. I'll see if I can't find it this morning. And I was like, that is amazing. Because how many people, y'all, my nose is itching. Hold on. How many people do we know right now, including yourself, they can't do something because they too old to do it? They can't do it because they 70. That I can't do that because I'm 50. I could never do that because I ain't young no more. And they are allowing a number to define their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations. And if we think about it, y'all, not only are they using that number to define themselves of what they can and cannot do, now they're getting mad about it. You ever seen an angry old person? That's because they call themselves old and they're looking at their number, and maybe that they have not stopped to ask themselves the question of why. Why is this life important? Or perhaps they have gotten to this age and they're asking themselves the question, why? Why is this life important? Why is this journey important? And they are mad because they're just now figuring it out at this age. Boo, it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter when you figure it out. I need you to now be rejuvenated to go for it, to do it. An amazing thing happens when your mind is set free. Your body follows it. It doesn't matter your illness. When your mind is set free, your body follows it. We're not arguing for our limitations. You know I'm overweight, JoJo, and I can't run like I used to. Point. But did you exercise for 10, 20 minutes every day to release that weight so that you could do? And if you're not willing to do the work to get to where you want to go, then what's the point of saying that's where you want to go if you know you ain't ever going to go there? Come on, Joshua. A to the man. I went back to school with a kid, a newborn, making $12 an hour, family 400 miles away, and nobody helped me watch them blame kids. I was about to cuss. Honey, when your mind is set free, your body will follow it. Why do you think it is mind control is such an amazing thing? Why do you think people do commercials? Because they want that thought or that image to be in your mind when you go into the store. And you know what else? Lewis Howes said, yeah, I've got to find this interview. Not only did he talk about the age and not represent age, he said his father, they could watch TV, but they were not allowed to watch commercials. He said because commercials in America set you up to understand that you are going to be sick for the rest of your life. And when you have that sickness or that symptom, this is the medicine you're going to need. So in the back of your mind, as you're watching that Lavix commercial or the one about the knees or the one about depression and sickness and high blood pressure and cancer, and it's putting in the back of your mind, oh, when I get old like that, I'm going to have cancer. So I need to remember that drug so that I can call them and take that drug. That is why your mind is so important. That is why it is your superpower. And if you set it free, my friend, you can change the world. Come on, Joshua. We here changing the world. That is why you understanding your journey, you understanding life is essential for where you want to go. So why are you mad this morning? Are you mad because you're not going with the flow of your creation? What makes you happy? Because you feel dissatisfied, angry, grumpy, overwhelmed, discouraged, depressed, anxiety? Is it because you haven't taken the time to look at your life yet? To decide this is what I want to do. Like, I don't even know why I'm even here, man. I don't know why I'm here, but I don't like this. So if this ain't working, surely the goodness, something else has got to work. Like, I want you to understand the life legacy that you're leaving. Whether you think you are leaving a legacy or not, you are. Period. Whether you think you're leaving a legacy or not, you are. Have you let yourself down? Are you frustrated with yourself? I got the song of the day, and it is by Kool and the Gang, Get Your Back Up Off the Wall. Yeah, I think that's how he spell it. It's L-O. Yeah, I think that's how he spells it. I'll double check here. Because y'all got to see this. Y'all got to watch this. It's Howes. Howes. And he is, so the name of his podcast is The School of Greatness. He has some amazing people on there who will make you go, And if y'all want to read anything about brain science, like if you just beginning on your journey like JoJo, I don't know everything, and I'm just getting started out. Okay, go with the book. Let's see. Go with this book. Listen. Go with this one. You're a Badass. And I'm going to share it with you. Start there because you got to have your little motivation, right? Start with that book. And then you can move to Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Then you can move to, I'll think about it. Because you might need the Battlefield of the Mind. If you are a Christian, if that's the religion you subscribe to, maybe you need to read the Battlefield of the Mind. Then you can move on to the Untethered Soul. And then you can move on to my man who talks a lot about, the brain science and how miracles happen in your brain and how you can recode. Like, it's a beautiful and amazing thing. I got sidetracked. Check out those books. Okay, check out those books. They will help you begin on your journey. So I was about to say the song of the day. The song of the day, y'all, is Kool in the Game. Can somebody find this song? It's Kool in the Game. Get your back up off the wall. Dance. Come on. Y'all remember that song? I know I'm 45. And it used to play on a 45. But that's where we are. That's our song, our theme song for today. Get your back up off the wall. How you going to do it if you really don't want to dance? By standing on the wall. Why are you saying you want this thing, but we're not working for it? So why are we mad? We got to ask ourselves these questions. And maybe you finding the answer to these questions, maybe that will help resolve the anxiety, the depression, the grumpiness, the feeling dissatisfied, the discouraged, the overwhelmed. Maybe you answering those questions will help alleviate some of that off of you. I'm just saying, I think that may help you a little bit. I'm just guessing. Because now you are clear about a few things. See, right now you're not really, and I'm guilty, not really clear about some things. So you can set out to do a whole lot of things and they not working. And we don't understand why they not working. Joshua, I love that song. I love Kool in the Gang. I just knew I was going to marry the lead singer. Especially when Cherish the Love came out, it was all over. He was about to be my husband. I gave up Michael Jackson for him. I gave up Lionel Richie briefly for him. And I'm not a counselor. I'm not a mental health professional. So please seek help if you need that. I'm offering just a different way to think for a minute. Okay? That if maybe we can get to the source of all of this frustration, anger, depression, and anxiety. Like, why is it coming? It doesn't just come because it came. What was I stressing? And what did I work myself up into? What frenzy did I work myself up into to arrive at this final destination? I'm just saying. So when we think about that, maybe now we can look at the source of why things are going the way they're going. It could be that I'm not going with the flow of what I was naturally created to do, which is causing all this extra because the God in you is not allowing you to be great. You are suppressing that. Thank you, Carrie. You the bomb. And I'll find it, yeah. And I want to say, if I can look, I'll tell you which one it is right fast. But what I'm telling you is that you cannot, if you don't think about it, then if you don't think about it, then you will never really understand why you're doing the thing that you're doing. If you don't think about it, you'll never really understand why you're doing the thing that you're doing. Like it won't ever click for you. And you will still be angry, and you will cuss me. And you will say, JoJo ain't right. She made this stuff up. And you will feel all types of way about everybody. And it will be true. It is because we haven't decided to do the work to figure out why is this the way it is. And if you don't want to do that part, boo, ain't too much nobody can do for you. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. That I can guarantee you. That I can absolutely guarantee you, because you've got to be ready and willing to do the thing. This is the part. Thank you, Carrie. This is the one that I watched where he was talking about being ageless, not using age as a number. I had to find that for you because that's important. I promise, once you start watching Lewis Howes, you won't stop. He's really good. And there's very few podcasts that I listen to or that I watch, but he is one of them. So think about that this morning. And this is the other guy. If you're ready for some brain science, some heavy duty mental work, check out Joe Dispenza. He has some great books, but you got to do some back work to get to Joe. And you got to figure out, again, this all brings me back to, is this really important? JoJo, is this really important? Like, you giving me all of this, but don't none of this matter. Like, it ain't important to me. All right. Now, let's figure out here's their exercise for the day. What is important to you? Let's figure that part out. Why is it not important, and what is important? 2 columns. This is important to me. This is not. Me working on myself, understanding I don't want to learn that. Put that on the list. If you say, JoJo, I just don't want to be broke no more. I don't want to live in this neighborhood no more. I don't want this job no more. I don't want this relationship. It's going to start with you understanding yourself before it can come over here. But the bridge between the two is the mind. Take them baby steps to cross it. Because you got to find the answer. Okay, if you don't like this, you don't want to be broke no more, let's understand our money. That's a lot of work. Can you just log into your bank account every day? Let's do baby steps. And then before you know it, the hunger that you will get from seeing the change or being so interested in what you figure out, you will not stop. For me and my finances, it was me. I looked at my bank account all the time. There was never any money in there. There was no need for me to look. That was my way of thinking. Why am I looking at my bank account? Ain't no money in there. It's going to be negative if there's going to be some money in there. Period. So ain't no need me looking. But when I took a look and realized that I had spent over $7,000 at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, everything that had dollar behind it on the dollar menu, then I was like, well, dog, maybe I'm not as broke as I thought I was. Because that's just a dollar would get you hung up. And when I corrected that one thing, it was the most amazing thing ever. Absolutely, Joshua. Slow and steady. So make those 2 columns. Why is this important to you? Why is this not important to you? Whatever I talk about, it could not be important to you. And now, please take what you need and leave the rest for somebody else. But if it makes you go, write out that list. And then let's start bridging the gap of what maybe I need to learn something about this. Start small. Work your way up. And what you'll find is that the more information that you come upon, the more information that will be available to you. Like, you can't find the answer now because you're not asking the right question. And when I figured that part out, there's a lot of revelations you're going to have on this journey that never ends. Eventually, you're going to understand the power of your question, which is right now you asking yourself why you mad, angry, disgruntled, upset, overwhelmed, anxiety, depressed. When you understand the power of, but why, what brought this on, and then breaking that down, did you stop believing in your greatness? Did you stop understanding that this is life? Like, this it. We are moving, walking, and breathing today. In 30 minutes, it may not be so. Like, it could be that way. But in our arrogance and our faith in something else, we move as if we have the rest of our lives. Have you stopped asking yourself? Did you let yourself down? And are you frustrated with yourself? I love questions. Before, I hated for people to ask me a question. What you asking me for? I don't know. That was my answer. I don't know. But now I ask myself these questions because it may be the one thing that's stopping me from being a billionaire. It may be the one thing, because we got to be a thousandaire first before we can get to a millionaire, right? Meaning I got to manage my hundreds first before I can get to the thousands, before I can get to the millions. It don't mean my vision ain't coming. It simply means that on this journey, I'm learning and applying and growing. If I want this to be my career, I've been in healthcare for 20-something years, 21 years. I started out answering telephones at a pediatrician's office. That led to a master's degree in healthcare. It led to a PhD. You got to start somewhere. Period. Mine was, honey, I don't know. Mine was, I don't know, but it's hard. Those are my answers for everything. Yeah, I want to change, but it's so hard. But if I change my job, who gonna watch my kids? Because I got it set up now where they know I gotta come and go with my kids, and they know what time I come in, and they know what time I leave. They know I gotta leave early. And if I get a new job, I gotta learn. I gotta teach these people my routine all over again. And right now I can call out. They don't do nothing. And see, that will keep us stuck. It kept me stuck at a job for 5 years. It kept me, but the minute I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. And when I went for the job interview and they offered me the job, and she said, I told her, she asked me what the salary was, and she wrote it on a piece of paper and slid it to me. I said, oh, that's some commas right there. Honey, I didn't know whether to do cartwheels, flips, but it's because I took myself out of the way and stopped saying, I can't. Because you don't know until you go and try. Absolutely, comfort keeps you stuck. And honey, comfort that kept me stuck on that job for 5 years. I love the people. I adore the people. I love the job that I was doing. I did not love the pay. And I used every excuse to justify why. And please don't be like JoJo. Don't use all the excuses to justify why you stayed. Why are you justifying why you're staying in a place that doesn't serve you? Why are you justifying doing things that are not along the journey that you need to go? Always imagine the possibilities. Always go. Y'all know my quote, never close your mind to an idea simply because it's miraculous. That's in the book by Dan Brown, Symbols. That's a good book, by the way, if you're into that kind of thing. So why are you mad? You may not be going with the flow of your creation, of what makes you you. Maybe it's making you feel depressed, sad, grumpy, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, depressed. Let's start asking questions of that, okay? And then why is any of this important? Why are you even on this journey? Why are you here? Why are you watching the Fearless Morning Show? Is it because and here's the thing, that's an amazing thing. It's become part of your routine now, right? It's become part of your routine. You may have watched it. If you've been here for 3 years, I'm so glad you hanging out with me. You watched me grow for 3 years. Maybe you've been watching for 3 days and it's become part of your routine to watch the Fearless Morning Show. Imagine if you just inserted something else in there that could become part of your routine. What if it was just as you wash your face? Wash your face. It is such a good book, Carrie. I promise you need to read it. As you wash your face and brush your teeth, put on a podcast. I listen to affirmations when after I wake up and I've given my words and my breath direction for the day. I reach for my phone and I listen to Abraham Hicks' Morning Rampage, and I listen to my affirmations in the morning. As I listen to them, I allow them to wake me fully up. And then after I listen to Abraham Hicks, I'm then going to listen to Reverend Ike as I finally get ready, wash my face, brush my teeth, get ready for the Fearless Morning Show. I listen to him. When the Fearless Morning Show go off, as I'm walking, I'm listening to a book on something on mindset. I'm listening to something that is stretching what I'm thinking about, Think and Grow. I'm listening to something that is pushing the limits of what I currently know, because that is important to me. And when I figured that out, I found out I had so much time on my hands to do the things I need to do. Girl, I got them all over the car, my bags, my purse, in random coat pockets. Period. And what will happen is you will find that it becomes a routine. Just like the Fearless Morning Show is a routine, you will find that reading that book, listening to that podcast, doing these things, it will become a habit. It will become part of your routine. And before you know it, you be saying crazy stuff like JoJo, like your mind is a superpower. Don't close your mind to an idea simply because it's miraculous. You will find yourself saying those things. Did you let yourself down? Are you frustrated with yourself? Are you understanding life and the legacy that you're leaving? And did you stop believing in your greatness? And why is any of this important? Why is this journey important? You need to... I had to answer that question for the Fearless Morning Show. Why is the Fearless Morning Show important? Where's the journey? Where we're going? I had to answer that. Team Abundance. I had to answer that. Why is it important for me to write a Team Abundance playbook? Why? And when you understand the power of your question, the most amazing thing starts to happen. The answers make themselves available to you. I promise. It is that simple. The quote of the day, we have two. Remember, you are not an ordinary dreamer. You are a sacred sister, and you dream with the purpose of the greater good. If I could have never explained my sister's keeper, that is a good quote. That is the quote, one of the quotes I'll probably use for the Sister Rise Retreat. That is a great quote. Remember, you are not an ordinary dreamer. You are a sacred sister or brother, and you dream with the purpose of the greater good. Second quote, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. And that is by Robert Collier. So on this a marvelous day, I hope y'all have an amazing day, because I want you to be peaceful, period. Because there's absolutely nothing after that. Here's the link for my affirmations book. The link for the Team Abundance shirt. The link for the Sister Rise shirts. Whatever is important to you, you will find a way to understand it, to make it so. Period. So as you are setting up your daily routine, as you're looking at your daily habits, as you are asking yourself, why am I mad? Like, JoJo, why am I mad about this thing? Think about, are you not going with the flow of your own creation? Is that what is making you mad, angry, sad, depressed, having anxiety, discouraged, overwhelmed? Is that why you feel like you can't move on? Why is any of this important to you? Why is your journey important? And the easiest cop-out that we can give ourselves when somebody says, why is this important to you? I don't know. That's why I'm the way I am now. I don't know. You know. Like I tell my kids, if you don't know, who know? You know, you're just afraid of the answer. And sometimes you got to take a minute to look yourself in the face and say, JoJo, this is the answer. Whether you like it or not, this is the answer. It ain't changing. This is the answer because you made it so. Now, JoJo, if you want something different, this is what you need to do next. And when you can have that conversation with yourself, and that is a scary one. It is an ugly one. Self-care is gangster. And the heart of self-care is understanding you and having that inner conversation with yourself. JoJo, why is any of this important? It's because that's what I want to do. Why do you want to do it? Because I want to change the world. Why do you want to change the world? Because when I did not know and did not understand, it was there available for me. It wasn't. And so I want to give to people what I did not have at that moment. So as we understand that you're not an ordinary dreamer, you are a sacred sister, and you dream with a purpose for the greater good, right? And we're thinking of why we are mad. Is it because you're not going with the flow of your own creation? Is that why you're depressed, sad, grumpy, angry, discouraged, overwhelmed? Why is any of this important? Why is your journey important? Why do you want to do this? When you understand the power of your question, now your journey can begin. I call it journey. You can call it change. You can call it whatever. When you understand the power of your question, then life starts. If you don't understand that you have a powerful question, and that is why distractions come. They keep you from asking questions. Because if I can keep you distracted, if I can keep you focused on that you're going to be poor your whole life, you will never understand or think about why you should even ask the question of why I'm telling you you need to be poor your whole life. If you never understand the power of your question, you will allow all the things that are before you right now to set the stage for the rest of your life and the legacy that you're leaving for your family. Why did you stop believing in your greatness? You are absolutely qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community. So why did you stop believing in your greatness? Never close your mind to an idea simply because it's miraculous. Understand that this is your life and you're leaving a life legacy. Intentionally or unintentionally, you're leaving one. Did you let yourself down? Are you frustrated with yourself? And if the answer is yes, now let's go back and say, why do I want to begin this journey? Remember, you're making two columns. Why is this important? And why is this not important? Now ask yourself those powerful questions. Be bold enough to ask the question. Be bold enough to do the work of the answer. Be bold enough to receive the answer. And be bold enough to make room for the answer. But first, you got to ask the question. So on this lovely day, it's going to be an amazing day. Please make sure you text motivation to 33777 to make sure you get on my email list, because Team Abundance book will be coming out at the first of the year. I'm working hard on that. So I hope you have an amazing day. Think about your routine and what you're doing and the journey that you are setting out on. Period. Oh, A to the man. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you. Carrie is the bomb. Please go check out all of her shows. The Unusual Suspect is the one I watch. And I ain't even going to lie. I am picky about who I listen to and what I watch. I'm extremely picky. And I listen to Carrie. I watch her show. I do. She has some good people on there. And you have to be intentional about who you listen to, who advice you take. And so if you're here with the Fearless Morning Show, I appreciate you. I don't take it for granted, because you could be doing whatever you want to do. You chose to be here. So I respect you, your time, your space. I respect that you are great and you could be beyond amazing. It is my goal to help guide you to understand the source of your power, so that when you understand the source of your power, you're now able to implement it into whatever it is that you want to do. That is my purpose, to guide you to understand the source of your power. It is in the guiding and leaving the clues and writing the Team Abundance playbook so that when you feel this type of way, you can look under section 1A and figure some things out. And we make it very simple. That's my purpose. That's as I'm asking myself the question why. That's the answer for me. So on this amazing day, I want y'all to have a great, great day. Why don't you go put on a belly shirt today, okay? Go wear a belly shirt. Ladies, fellas, put on your fly suit. Dress up today. Feel all of yourself today, because today is a life-changing moment. Today is the day that you answer the question why. And you should remember this day. Put on the good smelling perfume. Wear the belly shirt. Put on all the jewelry. Do all the things, because today is the beginning of the journey. Today is when you said, but why though? But why am I mad? And you got the answer that you were desperately seeking for. It came today. So I want you to be peaceful, period. Y'all can't see it. There you go. Be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. And again, if this has helped someone, please let me know so I know that I'm not talking to myself. And if you share, please tag me so that I can properly tell you thank you and that I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Thank you again for listening to the Live Past Crazy Show with Yonmitra Jojo. She is the only Live Past Crazy specialist, and she is glad you spent your time with her. If you would like to know more about why she knows crazy and about her journey, she invites you to check out her website, www.livepastcrazy.com, as well as follow her on social media. Yonmitra is her tag for IG, Twitter, and Facebook. JANMETRA. She also invites you to join her on the Fearless Morning Show, weekdays at 7:15 a.m. on Facebook Live. Again, you can find us on Facebook with the Fearless Morning Show page or by name. Remember, as a result of working with the only Live Past Crazy specialists, individuals are able to identify the crazy in their lives and develop a specific blueprint to begin to live past crazy. Do you know anybody who needs to live past crazy? Then send them over her way, because there is life after crazy. Be peaceful, period. And Yonmitra will see you guys on the next show.